Okay, we've seen a wild roller coaster from AMC and GameStop. Behind me is one of the tweets that caused GameStop and AMC to rally big time. Don't worry, I'll explain the whole story. I explain what caused GameStop and AMC to rise and what people are kind of looking at, some catalysts that can make it go up or down, and I'll kind of share my overall thoughts of what I think about this. Now, behind me, it's a person named Keith Gill. His name is Keith Gill. Like, he posted this particular tweet, and that kind of started a whole rally of retail investors and a lot of catalysts to end up picking up the price that's really driving up the price of GameStop and AMC. So the significance of this, it's Keith. Who's Keith Gill? So Keith Gill is the one who started the one of the key people that started the rally back in 2021, the GameStop and AFC fiasco that caused the price to go up a lot. But then I think afterwards he faced some trouble because well he kind of felt that GameStop was undervalued and he kind of got attention to it and got AMC and GameStop to go up big time in 2021. So then he ended up facing some like criminal charges for market manipulation, but I guess everything is cool now. So this is the first time he posted, and I'm showing you the last post he made was 2021. So that was almost 3 years ago. And once he posted, as you can see, we seen big time within 24 hours. GameStop is up 200% in 24 hours, and as well as AMC was up over 100%. I'll show you the charts particular later. We had short sellers, people that's kind of betting against this, almost lost $1 billion from this particular rally. Now, recently today, seeing the stock tumble at least, I want to say at least 20%. Yeah, so recently today we seen GameStop and AMC tumble today about 20%, 20% after the 2 day rally. Something like this is not abnormal because we've seen it increase so much. So you probably have some people taking profit, and a lot of times once that particular news happen and the catalyst happen, then you kind of need something else to happen as well. But that's kind of, if you wanted to see a more in-depth video, maybe check my older video or watch, they have a Netflix series that kind of go into this particular short squeeze that happened to cause the price to rally. So short squeeze is like when a lot of people are betting against it, and then once the price starts to go up, you end up having to close your losses. You're going to have to end up buying the price. So it's kind of like if you have a lot of people shorting it, and the price go up, people have to buy it at a higher price. More people are interested, they see it goes up, and kind of repeat the whole process. Okay, so today it's down 25%. 5 days. Let's look at the 5 day chart. So as you can see, the initial rally happened for GameStop at May 10th. So it's a little bit before the tweet, but the main one came from the tweet. So we looking at May 10th. It was from $17 to 21 cents to $28. He made the tweet, I believe, on the 12th. So he made the tweet somewhere around there. I believe he made the tweet maybe Sunday. Let's check and see. Yeah, so he made the tweet the 12th. So if we look at the charts, he made the tweet somewhere around here. And then after that, we seen it rally all the way up to like $64. So if you can see like there, let's say 20 to 60, that's almost a 300% return, which means you see a 300-day spike. One of the things I normally I'll tell people, as fast as it can go up, it's just as fast as it can come down. So when we looking at, when I'm looking at AMC and GameStop, I'm not really talking about the fundamentals, because most of the time what's driving this particular stock price has really nothing to do with the fundamentals of the business. In this case, it's more like a momentum thing where people gather interest, they see the price going up, so it's kind of like they're almost making a movement or a particular statement with that. Now let's check AMC. AMC is the one follow a similar pattern as well. AMC today is down about 20%. That's at $5.52. But this one, it kind of climbed up there too. So AMC went from $2.91, $2.95 in May 10th, to all the way to $11. So we talking about, let's just say that's about $3. That's about $12. So about a 4x from May 12th, and then we got from $6 to almost $12. So we got almost like 100% there as well, just in one day. Now since then, so since the peak, we've seen a drop to about $5. Yeah, about five particular dollars there. So I'm just kind of letting you see the whole bigger picture, what kind of particular catalyst. But like whenever something goes up that much in such short a time, it's not abnormal for it to drop down. So let's then talk about is in order for something normally to go crazy, a potential short squeeze. Now, a short squeeze, one of the things you can kind of look at is look at the outstanding, I believe they call it float shares or the short floating shares, which shows you the percentage of stocks are being shorted. So that's something you want to pay attention to. Of course, you could pay attention to the option trading market. A lot of people are kind of buying calls and things of that particular nature. And overall, since the guy did recently post that tweet that drive it, you also have other big celebrities that can push it as well. You have the people like Wall Street Bets, and once we see the something like a price like this jumps up, it's becomes higher on everybody's radar. We got traders jumping in and things of that nature. So those are like some things that you want to look at. We see a lot of more interest in retail activities, as you can also see. Normally don't as far as stocks like this, because a lot of times what I mean most of the time for this one, you can more so like trend following, keeping up with the news. And one thing that I'll actually do is show you the floating short positions there, and I'll kind of explain that as well. But generally, stocks like AMC and GameStop, I don't really invest in them or like do like that, simply because more of like my strategies is more long term, and I'm kind of most of the time I know most of my knowledge come from assessing businesses cash flow statements and like that. And stocks like GameStop and AMC, the fundamentals of the business was causing the price to go up like this is really, it really won't be helpful as far as those techniques. GameStop and AFC fundamentals isn't, a lot of times they're kind of losing money. That could be like a dying business, but it's more so the loyalty of people that's willing to combine their money and put money into these, that's kind of really can drive it up. The you can never underestimate the belief in a particular stock or community. Never doubt that, but I would definitely never short AMC or GameStop. But I believe that this rally, we've seen a pullback and stuff like this, but I think this rally is not, definitely not over. I can definitely see it going back to where it was before. Of course, nobody knows, but let's look at the short positions. So just to give you an idea of the short position, anything over for the short and flow, anything over 20% would be extremely high. Anything above 10% would be high, and I think anything below 10% is, I guess, kind of normal. So if we look at the float for GameStop, float 24%. So we still see that it's high. So a potential short squeeze with enough momentum could still particularly happen. A lot of these videos are kind of speculation, but if we see that it's still kind of high, so that could be a particular catalyst right there. Another one we can look at, AMC, I believe at 18 AMC is at 18% float, so it's still relatively high based off of that, what I've told you. Um, Now another thing you might want to realize is that you want to pay attention to is the outstanding shares. So the more outstanding shares, the more shares that they particular issue, the more diluted or more smaller ownership that the investors have. So it's good to mention that AMC outstanding shares has let me actually show you. And if we look at the outstanding shares, GameStop has not been increasing their outstanding shares, which is good. But AMC has been really increasing the outstanding shares. That's not particularly good for shareholders because the more outstanding shares they issue, the less value your stock particularly come because they're issuing more shares into the market. So AMC has not been as low. Well, as you can see, the amount of increase of outstanding shares. So GameStop, along the lines, has not been increasing the shares. So that's so as far as the increase, AMC has management has decided to take advantage of that, while GameStop has been taking the approach of not increasing any outstanding shares, what is good for the particular shareholder itself as far as the value that you're getting. Just like where you can see a little bit more, if you can kind of measure, so you can see it there. This is GameStop. We can see about almost about 300% from there. We can see, we could say a little resistance. I mean, like supports like at $28. We could say the this is just kind of just super roughly. The high is close to 60. As well as that, and then I'm just kind of doing roughly. So all you traders, like, yeah, chill out. I mean, it's not like I'm just kind of just doing something real quickly for the particular video purpose. But AMC, we have let's see, this one kind of goes up about close to 300 um percent as well, and we can, like, look at what happened the last 5 days. We could say a resistance about at probably about like the $4 mark, and then it went all the way up from 11, but we see a kind of resistance right in that area as well as there. So I've kind of shared, I kind of pretty much shared some information and things you want to consider. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about GameStop and AMC? But that conclude out. If something else drastically happened, I'll definitely give you an update. But that concludes this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel.